everyone, and welcome back to Catharsis Inc. If you haven't already, check out the Dollar Tree haul video because this is part one of the crafting of our Creative Intuition series. So you'll want to check that out so you can see what materials that you will need. But yeah, like I said, this is part one to our crafting video of the Dollar Tree haul, so let's get started. So if you all remember from my first video, I got this cute little raccoon planner from the Dollar Tree. And this is what he looks like. It's so cute, guys. Seriously. And I have this little baby cactus that I've been trying to grow, and he's doing pretty good. And I thought that I would transplant him into the raccoon. Okay, so I've put some dirt in there and I have successfully transplanted the baby cactuses. Very cute. For this craft, we will be making a crystal ball just in time for spooky season. So you're going to want to get a reusable cup. I have my paint cup here that I use to mix my paints. You're not going to want to use a nice cup because it will stain. You'll want some metallic paint. Here I have metallic silver. And then I'm also choosing to use glitter paint, and I have two types of green here. Now you can use different colors of the metallic paint if you want to give it that more metallic look, but I'm going for more of a glittery look. And you also want a popsicle stick or a wooden stick for stirring. And here is the globe. This I got at the Dollar Tree in the Christmas section, and it comes with a lid at the bottom and then a sealer so your water doesn't come out. And then you're also going to want a big pitcher of water. So the first step is to start mixing the paint. So we're first going to put in our silver metallic paint and put as much or as little as you'd like. And then our glitter paint. And then go ahead and stir it. Depending upon what color you're trying to go for, you might have to add a little bit more paint, but this seems to be the right color that I'm shooting for. So I'm gonna stop there, and after that you're going to add water into the cup. And stir, stir, stir. And the next step, you're going to want to pour your painted mixture inside of your globe, like so. And if you need to add more water to make it so it goes up to the rim, go ahead and do that. And it'll look like this. You're going to want to put your sealer on, and this is kind of messy sometimes, so you'll want to have paper towels close by. When you push that on tight, water might squirt out. And after that, make sure you put your cap on very tight. You can also embellish your crystal ball. You can use gems, paint, ribbon. Personally, I'm going to be using some metallic gold paint to paint the bottom of it. I think I might also put some on the top. Now that I have the bottom painted gold and drying, I picked out two embellishments. This flower I'm going to also paint gold and glue to the top of the crystal ball, and then this golden star I'm going to glue to the front of the crystal ball. And here you have the completed project just in time for spooky season or everyday decor. For today's craft, I will be making a nature-themed wreath. I picked this bamboo wreath up during my Dollar Tree haul. So I'll be using that. I also picked up some of these pearls that I'll be using, some of this reindeer moss. I have some ribbons I'll be using. And I also had some buttons on hand that I think I might use on my wreath as well. And then these are actually from some of the candles I had got at the Dollar Tree. I just took the embellishment off, and I'll be using that for my wreath as well. And then, of course, you'll need scissors and a hot glue gun. I'm going to first start with the reindeer moss. I'm going to arrange it around the wreath. After trying some different positions out for my moss, I really like the way it climbs up the side like this, so I went ahead and glue gunned that down. And then I'll be using some of the ribbon to make a simplistic bow. Here it is, and I think I'm going to place it at the bottom here, so I'm just going to hot glue that on. As an embellishment, I've taken one of the leaves from the candle that I bought and one of the buttons, and it actually fit perfectly in the leaf hole there, so I put those together and I'm going to glue that in the center of the bow. I've chosen some of the pearls and embellishments, and I've also made another leaf embellishment with the leaf in one of my buttons, and I'm going to be gluing these onto the moss. So I've glued all my embellishments onto the reindeer moss, and now I think I'm going to add this embellishment to the top of the wreath, and also use some of this cord to hang the wreath. So I glued the embellishment on, and then I tied the cord underneath that, so the embellishment is hiding how I did that. And there you have it, your very own nature wreath that you can use for springtime or all year round. For this craft, I will be staining and embellishing these trivet trays. If you remember, I got these from my Dollar Tree haul. I have two separate ones. I have this one, and then I have this one that I'm going to keep my little bottles of herbs in. So I don't really want to paint the inside of it, but I'm still going to stain the inside, and then I might put some embellishment here. And then for this one, I actually want to put some embellishments on the inside of it as well as stain it. But for this craft, I have my oak stain, golden oak. I have my gold metallic paint that I used for the crystal ball. I'm going to use that for this one as well. And then I have a sponge brush that I'm going to use to put the stain on. And then a cloth to wipe the stain off. And then I have this little tool that's normally used for doing your nails. I'm going to use that for lettering, painting letters. And then just a pencil to write the letters on before I paint them. And then you just evenly brush the stain on. And use your rag to wipe any of the excess stain off. And this is what it looks like stained. It's a real pretty wood color. Okay, so while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and move to the next one. And here is this one, completely stained. And I also wanted to let you know, if you don't have stain on hand, you can actually use brown or black paint, water it down really good, sponge brush it on just like the regular stain, and then wipe it off like regular stain as well, and it gives it a really nice faux stain finish. So I'm going to let these two dry, let the stain really set in, and then after that I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to stencil my designs on the trivet trays. So for this one I'm going to do the designs inside here, and then for this one I'm going to use one of the sides. I have done a rough sketch of the designs that I want on my wooden trivet trays, so it'll be easier to paint them on with these little stencils here. But for my star wooden trivet tray, I want to say apothecary, and I drew these little leaves here. And then for this wooden trivet tray, I actually went the design in the middle. So I've drew up the 4 earth element symbols there. Now I'm going to take my pencil and I'm just going to use my stencils here as a guide and sketch the symbols onto the wooden trivet tray. Now, if you put your stencil down on the wood and actually trace over your stencil, you can see that it makes a little bit of an imprint. So it'll be easier to trace. So I've done that on a few of these. You can see it a little bit there. But I have my stencil on, and now I'm going to take my gold paint and my nail tool and start tracing over my lines. And as you can see, I got the first one done here. I really like how the gold contrasts with the oak wood. It's very pretty. Of course, you can use any stain color and any paint color that you choose. I just wanted mine to be subtle. It looks really pretty. So I've outlined my pencil stencil with gold paint, and here it is finished. I am going to let it dry, and then I'm going to take Mod Podge and cover the entire trivet tray with that, just as a sealant, just in case for whatever reason it gets wet or gets something on it. Then it'll be easier to wipe it off. So for this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I have taped my stencil onto the trivet tray, and I'm just going to take my pencil and trace around the lines that I have there, just to make an indent into the wood. So I got the indentation on there, and I also went ahead and traced the indents with my pencil just to make it a little darker so I can really see what I'm doing here in order to put the gold paint on. So now I'm ready to take my nail tool and trace over these lines with the gold paint. I've finished painting this one, and it turned out really good. It's very pretty. I like it. And then just like the other one, I am going to, once this dries, I'm going to Mod Podge over it just to protect it. So now that the paint has dried, I'm going to Mod Podge the entire trivet tray. And I'm using a sponge brush, and you just wipe it on evenly. These are the tiny bottles and jars that I bought at the Dollar Tree in my Dollar Tree haul, and I bought some dried flowers and herbs to put in them. I bought calendula, and these are from Etsy. Roses, chamomile, jasmine, lavender, hibiscus, cornflowers. And then for herbs, I bought lemongrass, chaparral, cascara sagrada, birch bark, fenugreek seeds, bay leaves, eucalyptus, elderflower, cloves, rosemary, and then I also have garlic, dandelion leaf, peppermint, butcher's broom, bilberry leaf, queen of the meadow, onion, flax seeds, green tea, mullein, cleavers, and frankincense. I've peeled off the label from the little baggie that it came in, and I've wrapped it around the little bottle and filled it. I have the perfect trays for my herbs to sit in, and one for my portable altar. And there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed those crafts, and if you did, give me a like and subscribe. Also, stay tuned for part 2 of the Dollar Tree haul crafting. Thanks guys, bye!